Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to use AWS CodeDeploy blue-green deployment in the pipeline. Before we get started with the AWS CodeDeploy deployments in our pipeline, so I have created a playlist on continuous integration and deployment with the AWS code services, where we have used different AWS services and how to code commit and how to build and test with AWS code build and how to deploy with AWS code deploy service. And also after that, we are automating the deployment with AWS as well. So this is the last video in the playlist. So kindly watch the below video to get to understand how we can implement continuous integration and deployment with AWS code services. Now let's get started. So in the previous video, we have used in-place deployment for our code. So one disadvantage of in-place deployment is that an instance will be out of the service during an update to a new application. While updates are happening, our deployment group has fewer instances that we desire to serve the traffic. For example, in a business, as 5 instances are there, and in that, if I am going to roll out the update, so one at a time, right? So one instance will be out of the traffic, and 4 instances will be 4 instances only. It will be serving the traffic. So that will not be sufficient, right? So in this case, we can still minimize this impact by using one at a time deployment configuration. However, the time to upgrade the deployment is longer than doing half at a time, right? So the strategies are same for our deployment because it only has 2 instances in our current scenario. So in-place deployments can also run the risk of configuration issues. That is because the same instances are used for deploying every version of the application, right? So over the time, the server configuration may drift and cause an unexpected problem as well. So that is why we are going to use blue-green deployment to overcome this shortcoming in in-place deployment. To overcome this in-place deployment issue, blue-green deployment utilize both the original blue environment and a second green environment, right? So what is mean by like that? So during the deployment, a green environment is created using new instances, okay? But not reusing the instances. There is no risk of configuration drift. So we can sometime we can call it this as an immutable infrastructure. So the instances in the green environment, it will install and run the new version of the application. So while this is happening, right, all of the instances in the blue environment continue to serve traffic as usual, right? The existing instance will be not touched and it will be running as usual. And once the green environment instances are ready and the application is validated, then only it will switch the traffic to the green environment. Till then, all the traffic will be going to the blue environment. So how the switches happen? The switches happen using an elastic load balancer in AWS CodeDeploy. When the traffic switches to the green environment, it becomes the blue environment. We can have options like we can keep or destroy the original blue environment depending on whether or not to anticipate possibly needing to roll back or not. So the blue and green deployment are referred to as like original and a replacement in AWS CodeDeploy. So we already have the AWS code pipeline, right? So we are going to use that, and in that we are going to use blue-green deployment group as we already created, and also we are going to commit a new feature to the AWS code commit repository, and we are going to observe how the blue-green deployment is happening in AWS CodeDeploy. Now I am going to AWS code pipeline, right? And I'm clicking on edit. Why? Because currently it is an in-place configuration. I'm going to edit production stage and I'm clicking on it here. And here you can see the deployment group. I'm changing it to blue-green. And I'm clicking on done and click on save. Now the pipeline changes has been done. So to trigger the pipeline, right? So I'm going to do some commit in the environment. right? I'm going to my development environment. I'm coming out of my repository. So I'm giving version 1.2. Okay, Kamish. And then I'm giving my repository name. Okay, I have given, sorry. So I'm copying that cp-r and then commits folder, and then version 1.2. So this is having a new feature. And then I'm giving my repository name. So it got committed. Now I'm going to my repository cd demo app Makendran, and I am adding those changes. And I am committing it. So it has been committed. Now I am pushing it. So it got successfully pushed to our code commit repository. Now if I go to my code pipeline, it got triggered automatically. Let's give some time. Let's see whether a change has been happened to our code commit repository. I'm going in here commit. Okay, just now it was showing. Okay, we have updated the port, and we have updated the package version as well. Now let's see. Yeah, here you can see our pipeline has been kickstarted. Now we will see source AWS repository has been completed. Now it is in build stage. And once this build stage is done, we will see the production deployment. That is where we are much more interested, right? To see how the blue-green is happening. Let's wait for some couple of minutes to complete this code build. Here also we can see the build history. Here you can see each phase details. It is getting completed. Still two more phases are there. Once that is done, artifacts upload and those things got completed, code build. So the code build got completed. Now we can kickstart the production stage. Now if I go to here, before it was in failed state, right? Now it is in production. and we have even updated the code, so it will not be getting failed. Now let's see how the blue-green deployment is happening in here. Here you can see the deployment type is blue-green. Now if I click it here, you can see the different UI for blue-green deployment. Here you can see traffic shifting progress, as I explained, right? In blue-green, we will be representing as a blue, and this is as a green. So currently it is in original, and this is in replacement. So once all the both the instances, like it will be creating 4 instances. If I come down, so now it is currently 2. So let's wait for some time. So after that, we can able to see another 2 instances. So in that 2 instances, what will be happening? So on those 2 instances, we will be getting those updates will be rolled back. Means it install on those 2 instances. And once that is done, right, after that, the replacement will become 2. And also here you can see 2 of 2 instances has been provisioned, right? 2 instances will be provisioned as a new, and after that it will be installing the application on the 2 new instances. Okay, once this is done, here it will become 2, and after that, and here also it will be verifying whether the services are running fine or not in replacement. Once that is also verified, then only it will reroute the traffic from original to replacement instance, and after that it will terminate the original instance. That is, here these 2 instances will be getting terminated. So I see in here the status will be in pending only. Okay, here it will be coming, the replacement environment will be coming in here. So once the replacement environment is provisioned, the new revision of the application will be installing on the replacement instance, and traffic will be routed to the replacement instance. And after that, the original instance is terminated. Even we can change accordingly, like maybe 7 days after that, it need to be terminated. That is also possible. So the rollback option is there, right? Or the automatic rollback. So the options like the working style of both blue-green deployment and in-place deployment will be the same on according to the rollback. So it will create a new group of instances rather than using the existing instance running the last revision of the code. Let's wait for some time to complete this blue-green deployment. It will take some time. Now you can see the step 2 has been completed. Step 2 in the sense that is the replacement instance, right? The application has been installed. Okay. Now if I come down here, you can see the 2 new replacement instance has been provisioned, and also here you can see the status is ready. And once this is also ready, right? Here if I click on view events, this will be verifying all the things like whether the application is running fine or not. Till that it will be getting verified. Once this is verified, and the another is also, if it is verified, then it will reroute the traffic. Okay. Now you can see it is rerouting the traffic to replacement instance. Let's see, once that is done, here the replacement will become 2. Let's wait for some minute. Now you can see the traffic shifting progress in a real-time scenario. Here you can see 1 of 2 replacement instances, and even here you can see 25% has been completed. Here you can see 1 instance succeeded. Now you can see both the instance are, the traffic has been shifted. Here you can see number 2, right? And here you can see once those two are running and the traffic is here, now it will block the traffic for both the instance. And here it will become 0. And after that, it will start the step 4 of terminating our original instance. Now you can see for both the original instance, it got means the traffic has been diverted, and once that is done, it will become 0, right? And also here the step 4 has been started to terminate the original instances. And here you can see all the deployment has been completed, and even this will be completed in a couple of minutes. So here you can see there will be no downtime will be expected in here. So, and even easily we can monitor the process of rerouting the traffic behind the load balancer from one set of instance to another. So in this video, we have configured the continuous delivery pipeline to use blue-green deployment, and we have committed a new revision of the application code leading to the deployment event, and we have watched the steps involved in performing the blue-green deployment, which we have configured, and also we have verified that the application deployed to the new instance, the new feature is available. So this is the last video on the playlist on continuous integration and deployment with AWS code services. Thanks for watching this video.